introduction.
Perfect. So, hello everyone. Today we are presenting our presentation, which is the Ritz-Carlton Geneva. So first we'll talk about the table of contents. We have the introduction, mother company, subs, history, vision and mission, Ritz-Carlton Geneva, about the history, location, aim, objective, pastel, portfolio forces, SWOT analysis, conclusion, recommendations, and at the end references. So first I want to talk about the Ritz-Carlton, which is seen as a luxury brand hotel. It's operated under the Marriott International family, and also it's our focus of today's presentation.
So the mother company is Marriott International. It was founded in 1927, and now it's the world's largest company, hotel group. It has over than 30 hotel brands and more than 9,700 properties. Here you can see a picture with almost all of its properties. And here is all of their brands. As you can see, they divide them into classic and distinctive, and then into luxury, premium, and so on. We chose exactly Ritz-Carlton subsidiary. Its category classic luxury. It's known for its elegance, guest recognition, and personalized service. It has one of the most world's famous motto: we are ladies and gentlemen who are serving ladies and gentlemen.
So the brand began with Cesar Ritz, who founded the Ritz Hotel in Europe. The first Ritz Carlton opened in Europe in 1911, and which led to a rapid expansion during 1980 to 1990. It joined Marriott International in 1998. Today it has over 100 properties worldwide. Hotel de la Paix opened in 1865 on the shore of Lake Geneva, and at large in 1908, and it was acquired by the Ritz-Carlton in 2017. So their mission focuses on providing a highest level of personal service and luxury facilities while building a strong relationship with guests and protecting their privacy and well-being. The vision is to become the world's top luxury brand by creating unforgettable experience and always fulfilling guest needs.
So the aim of this presentation is to analyze the various approach to strategic planning and activities of Ritz-Carlton hotel companies. And 4 objectives.
Can you just speak louder, please?
That's to analyze the external environment in Geneva, Switzerland, and second is to evaluate the business opportunities for the investment by using the portfolio forces analysis. And the third is to examine the internal value using SWOT analysis, and lastly is to provide a professional interpretation of the outcome and suggest implementation.
Now, as we enter the pastel, we have the first political factor, which is Switzerland's political stability and also international diplomacy hub. Switzerland, it is known for its political system, neutrality, and also its diplomatic center. That's why it attracts direct flow of high-end clients, diplomats, and also international delegates. The actions by the Ritz-Carlton are that they are provided with a donation from the government of a total donation of 269 million francs, which can support its presence as a international hub, and also they have strong connections and high donations from the government, which manages to host more than 40 international organizations. Next up would be the labor environment and regulatory affecting hospitality. In Switzerland, strict labor conditions and collective agreements shape the employment terms in hospitality, therefore influences staffing for their establishment and increases the operational cost. Therefore, the Ritz-Carlton, first of all, being part of the Marriott, works as applies the same standardized applications in employment contracts, and also since the Ritz-Carlton Geneva operates under the Switzerland Hospitality Collective Agreements, they follow the rules which are contracted and Next up, we have the economic, which is the strong economy supporting demand for luxury accommodation. Luxury hotels around Switzerland benefit from a higher occupancy and ability to charge premium prices. That's why the Ritz-Carlton Geneva is predominantly driven by the service sector and luxury, where it promotes those for premium prices, which the guests are influenced by. And also between 2017 and 2019, the Ritz-Carlton has experienced a modest increase in demand, but there was no majorly increase in competitors. And the last economic factor will be the labor and high operating costs. While maintaining the high service standards, which are under constant pressure of compressed profit margins due to operating costs in Switzerland, the actions taken by the hotel are, for example, having a significantly higher room rate. They managed to entice the high local target market and offset the local costs. And also by positioning itself as a premium luxury hotel with high nightly rates, they managed the high operating costs by providing opulence to the guests.
Then we continue with social. First one is high social expectations from luxury service and luxury segment. Tourists, especially in Geneva, expect a lot even from medium class hotels, and for luxury service standards are even higher. As in the actions, Ritz-Carlton uses gold standard. They try to personalize service as much as possible, and they also anticipatory service and guest recognition overall. And the second action is that they keep the high amount of staff in relation to the guest to keep up the standards. The second one is international, multicultural, locals and tourists. Even in Switzerland, there are 4 official languages, which makes job in hotels a bit difficult. And then also Geneva is very popular tourism destination, and hotels need to keep up with that. In the actions, Ritz-Carlton employs multicultural and multilingual employees, people, so they can offer perfect service, and then also service offerings are adapted to diverse groups in different languages. Then there is technology, especially adoption of advanced hospitality technologies. In Swiss hotels, it's nowadays a popular thing to integrate technologies. As the actions, Ritz-Carlton integrates the most modern ones. They integrate them in the check-in process, in concierge, and even in the spa services. And also they adapted to new check-in technologies, which allows to keep guest profiles, their preferences, and their data. And the second one is connected to the first one. It's about cybersecurity and data protection. Since nowadays hotels are able to keep all the data in their computer, in their system, it's really important to keep it safe. As in the actions, Ritz-Carlton continuously invest in IT secure segment, and then also as part of Marriott International, they comply to Swiss data protection laws and also to Marriott International's protection laws.
So I'll move on to the environment factor of Castle. I'll talk more about the sustainability and environmental responsibility. So in Switzerland, luxury hotel must focus on sustainability because guests are care more about the environment. Being eco-friendly improves the hotel reputation and help attract more customers. For example, the Ritz-Carlton reduces energy use, saves water, manages waste, and encourages linen reuse. This action reduces environmental impact while still maintaining local standards. So overall, sustainability is not just ethical, it's also important for long-term success. This slide explains the environmental factor, focusing on local sustainability and resource management. Switzerland has a strong sustainability policy, including the 2025 to 2028 International Cooperation Strategy, which promotes sustainable development and responsible research use. At the hotel level, the Ritz-Carlton Hotel de la Paix in Geneva supports this by reducing energy consumption, lowering its carbon footprint, recycling waste, and raise awareness among staff and guests.
So, for the legal factor, in Switzerland, business must comply with health and safety legislation such as food, accommodation, and public spaces. To comply with the law, Carlton have given training to its employees, and they have also heavily invested in infrastructure and also to make sure nothing gets in the way. As for second, is the consumer protection and guest rights. Swiss law regulates how business interact with the guests. They have the right for transparent information such as the room tax rate, and included and excluded services tax. And guest protection, promising safe premises, adequate security, and protection of the personal property.
So, as our two key drivers, we chose labor and operational cost, and the second one is adoption to advanced hospitality technologies. As our best scenario, we chose high adoption to technologies because it would allow hotel to reduce amount of staff, which would also by keeping the same gold standard service, but also reducing labor cost, which is great for any hospitality business.
Next up, we'll be talking about the 5 quarter forces, the first one being the threat of new entrants. The reasons would be that Geneva is a mature luxury hospitality market. The market requires excellent service constantly, and also new hotels face difficulty by achieving instant recognition and consistency. As barriers, there will be high capital investments, strict zoning, heritage, and environmental regulations, and also strong customer loyalty to existing hospitality area, making the threat a low level. Next one would be the threat of substitutes, reasons being that short-term luxury rentals such as Airbnb or high-end apartments, luxury serviced apartments, and also some travelers prioritize price flexibility and home-like amenities. And as for barriers, the Ritz-Carlton offers consistent luxury reliability, brand prestige, and trust associated to Ritz-Carlton, and also corporate diplomatic prefer secure and professional managed hotels, bringing the threat as a high level.
So now I'll talk about the power of buyers. So as you can see, guests can easily compare price online, and they can easily switch between luxury hotel. Corporate clients and travel agency can negotiate special rates. However, there are some barriers. Ritz-Carlton has a strong brand prestige, highly personal service, and a prime lakeside location in Geneva. These factors reduce price sensitivity because guests are paying for exclusivity and experience.
So, now the power of suppliers. The hotel relies on high-end suppliers to meet its standards and maintain consistent services. Certain localized products are hard to replace due to its uniqueness. Ritz-Carlton is also a subsidiary of Marriott International, so it enables bulk purchases, and they have a strong negotiation.
So I'll talk about the competitive rivalry. So there is many luxury 5-star hotel in Geneva, which has similar and high-end offering. It intense competition for corporate and diplomatic guests. The barriers is that Ritz-Carlton has a strong differentiation and has a repeat clientele, and like I said, it is on a prime lakeside location. So this is a quick summary of our Focus 5.
So, in conclusion, the Ritz-Carlton Hotel de la Paix maintains a strong position in a competitive luxury. Due to its location and Due to its new location and clients, new entrants and substitutes face barriers from high costs and regulations and standards, while buyers and sub-suppliers have moderate power, limited by brand reputation, personal service, and Marriott's global purchasing power. Overall, the hotel enjoys a strong advantage in Geneva's luxury hospitality sector.
So right now we'll move on to SWOT analysis. So this slide shows the key strength of this hotel. First, it has a prime location, lakeside location with the views of Lake Geneva, and it is close to international organization, which attracts business and diplomatic guests. Second, it benefits from Ritz Carlton, strong global luxury reputation. Third, the hotel offers very high service standards with personalized guest experience. Finally, it combines elegant heritage architecture with modern renovation and design. Overall, this strength positions the hotel as a premium luxury property in Geneva.
As for the weaknesses, the brand name comes with the perception of being expensive. Current economic status is bound to take a toll on the spending power, imitation by competitors, and also resistance to change by the Ritz-Carlton Hotel.
Opportunities. Geneva is known as a hub for diplomacy, finance, and luxury. Ritz-Carlton has an opportunity to host or rent out spaces for meetings and fairs. And also, Swiss tourism saw an increase last year compared to 2024. And lastly, Ritz-Carlton serves as a venue and actively involves in events and exclusive partnerships and hosting fashions, art, and lifestyle.
As for the threats, there is of course a rising of already high labor and operational costs. There are intensifying competition in hospitality industry, especially in luxury segment. There is a rising of expectations of tourists and guests, and there is economic uncertainty.
And now, starting with our conclusions overall, we have the key results. The first one being Pestel. The two main drivers, like we talked before, will be for the Ritz-Carlton Hotel will be the labor and high operating costs and the advanced hospitality technology. We have the Porter 5 forces, which brings the Ritz-Carlton, shows that the Ritz-Carlton is an inviting business for investments, and also strengths that being Ritz-Carlton has been a powerhouse when it comes to any diplomatic or high-value events and meetings with a strong government support by being one of the most luxurious hotels in that area. Next up, the meaning of the findings. We see that the Pestel, with the ongoing emerging technologies, frequently the Ritz-Carlton has started implementing them on their premises, cutting down extra labor costs, which have been on a higher range lately. Porter's 5 forces, with the results, the hotel is attractive for investments due to its history and elegancy, which could boost even more its reputation, and also the strengths, with it being a strong global reputation, having a strong global reputation to perfection and prime location on the Lake Geneva. The Ritz-Carlton has been one of the strongest hotels in Switzerland.
So how the results fit together? When they're all considered together, Pestel analysis, Porter's 5, and SWOT analysis, we can see that the hotel can survive even with the pressures that it has. It has a high entry barrier on the market, and overall it is a sustainable, competitive business in Geneva.
Implications. So, for the implications, the first would be the public health crisis. The government may impose travel restriction, for example, quarantine, and the second would be international crisis, such as diplomatic or geopolitical tensions. It could disrupt the Genevas and also hotel developments. The third would be reduced international business and diplomatic travel due to virtual meetings and fewer global summits or budget cuts in international meetings. And the last would be the intense competition from other European cities such as Paris, Milan, or Vienna.
So So the limitation that we got during this analysis is that we mostly use secondary data, which was not that much accurate to represent the hotel current state. We also, secondly, the finding focused primarily on Switzerland and Geneva, limiting global generalization. Third, strategic methods such as PASTO, Quarters 5, or SWOT provide a strategic image and do not adequately reflect quick changes. The lack of primary data limits deeper insight into operational performance of the hotel. So the future research that we had is that it could include primary data such as interview with hotel managers or guests, comparative studies across different large hotel brands or countries would improve more. Further research could measure the financial return on sustainability investment. Another area could be analyzing how sustainability influences long-term guest loyalty.
Recommendations: luxury hotels should integrate sustainability into their core business strategy, not treat it as an add-on. Investment in energy efficient systems and waste reduction can lower long-term operation costs. And hotels should actively communicate sustainability initiatives to guests and to strengthen the brand's perceptions. Staff training is also essential to ensure sustainability practices are applied consistently. And finally, hotels should monitor environmental regulations closely to maintain compliant and competitive.
That was our presentation. Next up we have our reference list and also the appendix list.
Okay, I have questions for you.
Yes.
Can we go to the environmental factors invested, please?
Yep. This is the first one and the second.
Would you use the same? No, sustainability and sustainability.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So here we have like a repetition of a factor.
Yep.
Then, when you go to the best scenarios,
Yes.
we have here high labor costs.
Yes, the best scenario of course would be the low labor cost and also had
High adoption of technology.
but that won't be
Like-
realistic.
Yeah, we wanted to choose at first low labor cost, but in any business it is really hard to make it possible this scenario. So we chose high adoption to technology, and with focus on high adoption to technology, we can lower labor cost at least a bit.
So the best scenario, which is also the most realistic. That's why we chose that one.
So you think that at the moment the company needs a lot of money to run the daily operations?
Yes. And whenever they will adopt other technologies, of course, other people will not need other people in certain departments. So that will be a a cut in costs and everything. So that's why we chose that one for being most realistic and also best one.
Jarel, is the business attractive for investment?
Yes, if they want to modernize this infrastructure.
If they modernize the infrastructure,
Not infrastructure, sorry, as in venue.
I don't know. I mean, look at the slide of the summary.
Yes.
Yes, it can be. It's attracting to external.
Why it can be attractive for investment?
Its location, its whole infrastructure, not so. It's classic architecture. It's like
Pipasa, what do you think?
I think it's It's
Do you think it's attractive for the Bangladesh?
Yes, due to its history, opulence, and also the location where not a lot of hotels actually manage to make it to that level. For sure, it could be.
Its location, its uniqueness.
Because this slide doesn't say if the business is attractive for investment or not. That's why I'm asking you. This slide doesn't comment anything about this. Okay, so far it's my questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Did you check the time?
It's 26 minutes.
26.
So like 24.
Stop recording.